Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice and chilled Pepsi Max Cherry, very refreshing indeed. So welcome back to the game. In the previous episode, we got some prisoners. As you can see, we have several inmates in cell block A, as well as a couple of family members here. So we've got the kid in the crib times 2, so that is fine. In this episode, we want to continue on. I want to at least copy this down to here and do something in the yard, and we may even look at some sort of cemetery solution. We do have no prisoners arriving in the next hour, which is curious because there's definitely 2 empty cells, but it's to do with fill capacity. It says fill to 16, family cells not counted. But that's the thing, we have 16 prisoners, but it doesn't count these, so you get this sort of gap. So what I'm going to do is say number per day 2, and we'll get an extra 2 if they happen to be family members. They can go in here. If they're not, they'll go in the empty cells. I mentioned, we didn't get any criminally insane inmates. Yes, that's because it's a separate thing, as people rightly pointed out. Just a little oversight there. Anyway, unpausing and quick build and custom cloning. Yep, we've got a cloned and click 15 grand for that one. Also, while I'm on, I want to pick up micromanagement as well as prisoner policy. And to be fair, one thing I haven't done is, I haven't done anything when it comes to the regime. This is normally something we look at very early on, in fact before we get prisoners, so the fact that I haven't done it is a little bit alarming. So let me see what we can do. So we want a free time, we want I don't think we want shower time, although the current needs is maxed for some reason. I don't know why they haven't used the shower. I'll look at the designation in a moment. So we want eat time, which is going to scare the it's going to scare the cooks half to death because that's just been dropped on them. They need to prepare food now. Yeah, it'll be a problem until it's resolved later on. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. Let's go ahead and go for that and that, and it is probably work/lockup, and there we go. So we'll unpause it, and we'll see how we get on. I expect the danger level to max out, which is potentially an issue, but yeah, this is also an issue. It says there are a number of issues with the regime, which we've just fixed. The food, and yeah, that's a thing. This says there's no prisoners assigned to eat at that canteen, and yes, the family, yes, the 2 mothers here are taking they're going to the normal canteen with their child, even though they should be eating there. I'll have a look at that later on. First things first, and I think I've done it. Yeah, shower. There it is. Those are definitely designated as shower, so I don't know why the inmates have not eaten there. That is curious indeed. This is also a problem. Why is that? Well, like I say, I've picked up the micromanagement just so we can have a look at that. It's work/free time, so now they are showering. Okay, that is good. So that is that solution. That's that fixed. Let me just go to intake and we'll turn that right off. And see what sort of inmates we've got. We have 2 inmates. Nora and Olivia. And they are going to go in here. Alright, fine. Yes, so as I said, it's curious that they're not eating there. Why would that be? I'll wait until the micromanagement thing's on. Laundry's on the go, which is excellent. Increasing that reform need. Speaking of reform, reform is at 49%, and we need to get down to 30%. Let's go for cell block B. Why not? We need some money, so we'll pick that up. We haven't got a shop or anything like that, so they can't spend any of this stuff. We also don't have, as I mentioned, any solitary, but we'll get onto that. So we've had the alert bell say that we can do food distribution. So it looks like it's a common room going to here, but it's not. It's just this cell block. Demand is 17. That's curious. It is feeding that, but not really a pun for the food actually going over there. But yes, it is feeding the food into the nursery, which the nursery is basically a mix of canteen and common room. But it ain't doing anything. Huh. Okay. The only thing that springs to mind at this stage is we don't have it separate from this. So I'm going to put in some doors, which will then make it separate. Let me just prioritize those by holding Control and dragging over there. And making that separate may affect that. This is where all the money... Hang on, there we go. There's all the intake. Yep, there it is. No, it doesn't look like... Yeah, they're eating there. Well, that's a bit aggressive when it comes to cradling the baby. Let's see if any of these cooks are going to walk past and fill up. No, they are not. Oh no, one of them's walking. Oh no, they're collecting stuff. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. I wonder why it's done that. Food distribution. And I can't... Yeah, I definitely can't do that. So, the kitchen is supplying that. I mean, can we do that to that? No, we can't. Why is it coming from there? That's a weird one. So I can turn those, I can definitely turn those off, right? I can turn that off. But then it automatically hooks back up. That should be going there. I'm going to try something a bit desperate. And I'm going to brick this off and put the entrance on the other side. I don't think it's going to matter. But we have to try something. So the workers are obviously cracking on down here. I've got intake set to fill capacity. I'm going to close it for now. Right, so that's now in. White wall across there. Prioritise the construction of that. And we'll see if that works. And if it does, then it means that this is going to be a pain, is what it means. Actually, I do have a solution. It's not an elegant one, but, well... I was going to say, is that something in that... in the crib? But it's not. It's just a light that's there. At least the cash flow is in the negative, but not in a hugely negative state. Minus 643 I can live with. I can indeed live with. But so far, regime's working. There's some visitation there. That's working too. Let me just remove the planning. There and there. We don't need those. See, one of these is going to be a chapel, probably this one. And then we'll have classrooms as well. So we'll see how we get on with that. Reform. Oh, still 49. We need to do more programs. Let's have a look at programs. We've got kitchen safety and hygiene, workshop safety induction, foundation education, pharmacological treatment to drug addiction. We will start that. We've got psychiatric consultation, which we don't need. Parole hearing. We'll start that up as well. When in doubt, max it out. Animal therapy, flower therapy, 3 strikes training, that's classroom. I think we do need a classroom. Alright. One thing at a time, though. Let's get this built. Let's try and fix this issue. Let's put something in the yard. And we'll go from there. For the yard, it's a simple matter, really. Flooring, we can use a running track. And you just do that. And you get like a running track. Bit on there. Obviously, we want tyre stacks and dumbbells and stuff. Snack machines, bleachers. Bleachers, maybe. Bleachers there. Bleachers there. Same on the other side. Put some weights in. Just put a row of 4 in. Like that. It's not symmetrical, but I'm not bothered. Gym mats, or do you want tyres? Well, tyre stack. We'll go that side. That should fulfill most of that. That should be fine. Danger level increasing. We'll check out needs then. Just some sleep needs, some spirituality needs are climbing up. That can't go to critical. There's one OD. Oh, overdosed. Okay, so let's have a quick look then. In the last 24 hours, there has been... There is a supply of narcotics. But how is it getting in? Is it being nicked from here? Almost certainly. Almost certainly. I'll double check the deployment. These are all staff only and such, so that's fine. Nothing can be thrown in. We've got metal detectors here. We've got a place where we search. That should be fine, really. The nursery's now in, and it's still saying there's nothing assigned to it. Okay. That's curious. Nope. Will not go. And there's a... Where'd they get that? Barbed wire bat. Okay. Contraband. Smuggled in. Didn't set off the metal detector, apparently. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Well, like I said, this is not working at all. So I'm going to do something that is going to look exceptionally... yeah. Exceptionally excessive. But I do think I know what the problem is. And that is that the game may not like that being directly connected to it. I've done it before. But I've also had issues with it. So I'm going to bulldoze that entire section. And then we'll put a wall across it. And then we'll see if it works. I don't anticipate it will, but there's only one way in finding out. So, we'll see. They're still cracking on over here. The door servos... Technically, one of the door servos is in, actually. Just the one, though. But the door servo's in. And just the rest to finish now. I don't really like demolishing half of the the buildings that we've... It's not really half the buildings, but demolishing like this big chunk. I'm not a big fan of that, but there you are. It is what it is. It takes a little bit longer to build. Oh, there's parole hearing. That's something I should probably assign a guard to. Yeah. It's not building as quick because we did get rid of several workers. The reform programs are key for prisoners successfully reintegrating into society. Some offenders will start successful new lives while others fall back into it. Yeah, so let's have a quick look. Reform and release prisoners. One has been released yet. It did say $3,000 for release. So, will they reoffend? I guess we will find out. Yay, reoffending rate has gone up. Don't know how that is the case, but well, it is. So it is utilities and wiring. We'll connect up that and that, which is fine. Electrical system needs to go in, which it will. And it just means running it up to there. And was it running in the middle? Yeah, just running in the middle a bit like that. Oh, and that's actually done. So we'll say for this one, let's go for intake of one criminally insane inmate and the other is medium. Fill capacity. Okay, there we go. And it means that one of these we'll have to designate as a padded cell. Like that. Yep, and it's the same stuff, which is fine. Okay. Oh, hang on, this has been changed. No prisoners assigned to eat at that cell. Look at this. Good grief. Yeah, that's curious. So nursery. Remove it. Done. Reassign it. Nothing. Nothing. Do we have to brick this up? I mean, I'm running out of ideas now. I really am running out of ideas. There we go. So this is not connected in any way. I say it was just previous. There was an issue with that. So I don't know if it's the same, but anyway. So water. We were going to bring the water pipe down. And small pipes are going in. And all of those like so. Okay. This cell block is now all correct. I mean, it says to remove the common room. Just out of interest. So there's your family cells. That's all sorted. And there we go. It's connected up to that. So was it the common room? Or was it because it wasn't connected up properly? I do not know. And I don't have a solution for it. Other than... right. It works now. That's fine. Let's do a bit of an overhaul. Yeah, bit of an overhaul. Gonna connect up that CCTV monitor. They're all now in. Moving the double doors across, obviously. And what I'll do... I wonder what's taking all the time. Right, that's now in. And they're even going there and indeed eating the food like they should be eating. Right, that's working. Consider equipping some of your more mischievous prisoners with a tracking belt. No, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is hire some orderlies. 1, 2. That should be fine for now. So here is all of our inmates. And indeed, there we go. There is a criminally insane inmate. Gina Thomas, prisoner number 7039560. Sentenced for 2 years for driving under the influence. And criminally insane inmates feel a constant level of suppression and require padded cells and a psychiatric help to keep them calm. Criminally insane inmates that ignite may attack our staff, cause damage in the prison, attempt to break free, as well as other unpredictable behaviours. Yes, indeed. So what we'll do is we're going to have in here... we should probably switch them around, actually. So this should be a padded cell. So padded cell is that one. And as for a cell, that should be a cell. Like that. So that's now fine. We're going to have some patrols and orderlies. I mean, I don't need to assign one there. But I do need to assign perhaps one in here. Is that correct? Yes. So I want to assign an orderly, and I want to assign a guard. Like that. And I probably want to hire another orderly. 2 orderlies, in fact. 2 orderlies. We're making money, so I'm totally fine with that. Let's check out regime. It is the same across the board. There's your criminally insane one there. Don't know why it's... or program/free time, so they can't do work. Got ya. Okay, this is still functioning. I'm just going to double check that. Food distribution, it is now distributing. But I don't like these bits here. So what I'm going to do is... I mean, I could just connect... oh, if I connect it, it's probably going to class it as the same thing again, and that's just going to be all kinds of bad. I'm going to put those in there. Let's see what it does. It might connect these 2 up and say, no, not allowed. Doesn't seem to have done that yet. Right. That means then we can have a flooring. We'll have some grass. Probably the only grass in the prison is going to be in here. Well, there we go. As well as a... let's see, door servo. I don't think it was the common room in here that did it. I think it... oh, maybe it was. It was. How strange. Look at that. It was that. After all this time. And it's repeatable. Well, let's fix this then. So that's not something I can say I've seen before. How curious. So what I'm going to do then is basically redo a lot of that. Didn't know that. Oh well. It is what it is. There's our intake, which is good. There's our criminally insane inmate. Let's go to programs, and we want psychiatric consultation. And indeed, I was going to say, where have they gone? Where have they gone? Thought they were going here. No, going for food. Oh, they are unstable. What is their character? Psychopathic. Much more dangerous and unpredictable than other criminally insane inmates. Not ideal that we got that right now. Early on. But then, you know, I guess none of those traits are ideal. One may say. So that's now in. Want to put that in there and that in there. And that and that. And demolish the walls. So basically, we're just going to redo all of this stuff. But at least we now know what the problem was, and indeed how to fix it going forward. Unless it's a completely different one, you understand. We don't even need them doors, do we? Dismantle. Technically don't even need these bits. So they're still assigned to that. So nursery, like that. And we'll just move that down, and it was phones. Is that? No, it's generally, yeah, it's correct. It's just a bit of a shading issue. So we're back. We're back to the usual. And I definitely need some more staff, don't I? There we go. We're still on positive. There's the criminally insane inmate. Gina, all chilling out. No real danger. There is a danger level. We'll check that out now. It's... You know what? I think it's just this. Because we've got a problem with intake. I think that's all it was. End punishment. Because they were going to be taken to a solitary confinement area, which we currently don't have built because I've been spending too much time trying to fix a problem that was basically just remove common room from the middle, which you may or may not have known about. But, there we go. That is a bit of prison architect. Let's quickly have some planning here. And I'm going to have this as... I'm going to have this as maybe a solitary area? Could we have it as a solitary area? I mean, we could. Whichever way we do it, it's not going to be ideal, is it? In terms of the sizings, I mean. Don't know what I'm building here. No, it's not going to be ideal any which way. So I don't know where to put the solitary. Do we need it? I know it's a bit unorthodox in not having solitary. But do we actually need it? We could just change the punishments in our policy, couldn't we? And say we don't have solitary. No, it's always a good idea to have it. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm going to think about that one. I'm going to have a think about that one. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. In spite of the issues around this, which, again, common room. Yeah, I was going to say, it is repeatable. I would actually be annoyed if we put the common room down and that didn't change. Anyway, yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Overall, I am happy, even though we had the problem here. We've found the solution, which is, you know, fine. But we've also built this, and we've got a criminally insane inmate. We are running programs for them. Speaking of programs, there's much more we can do programs-wise, but money is not ideal. It is far from ideal. There are some needs. For some reason, the hygiene need is a high one. I guess when you have showers in people's cells, it's never really a problem. But obviously it is at this stage. But the immediate thing is to probably plan and build a solitary, probably on the top and bottom. The reason for that, the logic behind it, is that when we expand, because there is the idea to expand, then we'll have all the solitary will connect to that. So that's probably going to be a big solitary here and a big solitary up there. Then we may look at chapel and some way somehow of doing. So that's not an escape, right? It says visitor, but they've got the uniforms on like an inmate. They were turned away. I think they had contraband on them or something. Anyway, yeah, we'll look at maybe doing like chapel and like a classroom or something like that, meeting room, etc. We'll see. As always, we have enjoyed the video and the series thus far. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.